Good morning children, you are welcome to SS class. Today we are going to study the new lesson, chapter 22, Human Resources. We have to study today chapter 22, Human Resources. The term human resources, very important lesson you have to study this one. The term human resources refers to the skilled people who help the capacity of the country. The people are there skilled people, no? There are more capacity or skilled people. They are people who help the productivity of the country. We should provide our skill for the productivity of the country. That is we call the human resources term. What is the human resources? The term word. What is the human resource? Meaning the term human resources refers to the skilled people who help in the productivity of the country, the people who help the productivity of the country, that we call the term human resources. Human resources is considered, there are many factors are there. Human resources are considered the most important of the resources because of only human convert to substances in the resources. Man and his superior intelligence. Man is a superior intelligence, has ability to recognize the utility of the things. The man has the power to think, and he has the superior intelligence, has ability to recognize the utility of the thing. Only humans can further process the resources and bring to the form which can be used easily. In fact, every human being is a potential resources of the time in his birth. When we by birth, we are getting many potentialities. If he gets right upbringing, proper health care, nutrition and education, he grows up to become actual resources. We need some resources to how to develop our skill. If we get right upbringing and proper health care and nutrition and education, these things are the many very factors that have to bring the potentiality resource, to bring out the potentialities. Therefore, it can be said that the person who is physically, mentally and emotionally healthy, educated, technically skilled and contribute towards the development of the society or to the human resources. So, once more I will read all this. Therefore, the person, how will you think that it can be said that the person who is physically, mentally and emotionally healthy, educated, technically skilled and contribute towards the development of the society. The person who can give or the person who can provide his ability, how then they have to study the education and technically and healthy. The person who healthy or they can give something, or the person who educational they can give something, or the person who technically something he knows, otherwise he can. So how to give our capacity or ability to give to others, then only the society will be developed. If I have education, I have no, it is not using. There is no development in the country. So what we studied to give to others. Thus, it's not the number of the people to make resources, it is the ability to contribute towards the betterment of the environment that makes them the resources. So, we have the fact that in human being, potential resources at the time of birth, after birth, time of the birth, when we are the small child, that time we are getting the potential, everything we will get. If he gets right upbringing, bringing and proper health care. And also some children are at birth and they are not getting some proper care or education not getting, or some nutritional, then they will not coming out, or they are even when intelligence or they are not using. So but when we get the nutrition and health care, then afterwards our resources to give the development of the country or the society. Now let us go to the other distribution of the population. Distribution of the population. Population is unevenly or unequal distributed in the world. Unequal, not equal. More than 19% of the world's total population living about the 10% total land surface. Okay, do you see that 19% of the world's total population live in the about the 10% of the total land surface. The number of the people living 1 square meter area of the land is called population density. That the number of the people living in 1 square meter area of the land is called, we call population density. What is the population density? Then the number of the people living in 1 square meter, that's we call the population density. The population density varies from one area to another. It is various. The population density varies from the one area to another. Some areas have more than 1,000 people living 1 square meter. Other people in other small there is no. And according to the population density, we can roughly divide the world into 3 regions. We can do the population density divided into 3. Thickly populated area, moderately populated area, and sparsely populated area. Thickly means more people are living. Moderate means not more, but they are average people are living. Sparsely, little people are living. So according to them, there are reasons are there how they are living. Why people are thickly populated in one area? Why people are going to thickly living? Or moderately? Why people are going some areas moderately means not less than not average people. Then sparsely some people are. So why they are living like this? More people or the important things we have to study. Thickly populated area. First we have to study the thickly populated area. Many parts of the world in thickly populated, the certain factors are there. There many the world, the different countries also, the people are different places are very thickly people. Why they are going to? So certain factors are there. First one is a fertile river. Fertile soil or fertile river valleys and industrial regions are densely populated. First factor is maybe sometimes the fertile river area. Those who are going to river area or seaside, there people are most thickly populated. If you go to Kerala, no, the beach river, that seaside, no, the people are very nearly they are living. In Bombay, if you go to, the people are very thickly. Some square meter they are thickly living. So the fact is that the fertile river valleys and industrial regions where there is industrial development, people are thickly living. Okay, popular. Then next point is Eastern and South Asia are densely populated, and some places of the Eastern and Southern Asia are densely populated. Different places of Asia. Eastern and they are mostly thickly populated living. This because intensive cultivation and practice is there. They say cultivation is there, so the people are for the cultivation. People are living there together. The warm climate and fertile soil. Where will get the warm climate and fertile soil also? The people are living together. The cultivation crops also most throughout the year. Labor intensive. And this is also grown most of the countries, these regions. Then Western Europe and East Central North America, the main reasons highly densely people, population where there is a mineral resources, development industries and climate suitable human habitation. Their place also people people are going, people are together living, where there is a high density of the people are, where there is a mineral resources. Then development of the industry, where there is industries developed, there people are going. Then climate is suitable in human habitation, where there is a climate very hot or very cold, we can live. So where there is a density of the population is going to suitable human habitation. Every country to the world, the some thickly populated. Every country has some place are thickly populated areas there will be, and these mostly metropolitan urban areas. More then now let us look at this is where the people are by different the world, different parts of the world, there are living in the thickly populated areas. Now we have to go to the moderately populated area. Moderately populated area. Moderate means average or among the medium people are there. The moderately people areas are mostly found between the density and the sparsely populated areas. Where this you can see the between sparsely and thickly areas, you can see the moderately people. We can see most of these areas have developed new industries, facilities for the irrigation and mining. Where there is facilities are new industries and facilities for irrigation and mining. These people have migrated and settled somewhere where some people are going to work, some they migrating to other places for the not from Orissa going to the Kerala, or from Kerala to go to Gulf countries. So where there is a people are going here and there, they are for the work purpose they are going. Then it is a moderately populated area do not form the continuous belt. They have this because the continuous belt means there is no fixed number. When there is a fact is not there, then people are going. So it is not a continuous moving. The facilities are irrigation and mining. Thus people have migrated and settled in such areas where there is a factories, new building, new industries, there people are going for the work. Then moderately populated areas do not form a continuous belt. Central USA, tropical West Africa, the southern parts of Russia, Eastern Europe, Deccan Plateau, India, Central China, parts of the South America, moderately populated. Some areas of the different places are there. Africa, Russia, Eastern Europe, Deccan Plateau, some places are there. Most people are moderately populated. In these regions, people have migrated from other areas due to favorable natural and economic factors. When they are getting more money or their facilities to their people are changing, not setting to one place. So all are going here and there. So there is no continuous, there is no any continuous belt. Now let us go to the sparsely populated area. Sparsely populated area. Sparsely populated areas are the hot desert, where there is a hot desert, cold desert, and the high mountains areas. The people are little people, some houses are over there, not poor people. They are because there is too much hot or too much cold. That is why, and mountain side. Mountains are, you will not get any power or water or something there. So people are not going that places. All are in the nice good places people are going. The tundra region of the north, thickly forested areas of Amazon and Congo basins as well as the Sahara Desert have the sparse population. Some here also Sahara Desert, desert also, people are living, they can't live very too much hot now. So some places are there. Tundra region of the north, thickly forested area of the Amazon, then Sahara Desert. These are the sparse populations are there. Now the population density divided into three: thickly populated, moderately populated, and sparsely populated. According to the thickly means more people are living, moderately average people, and living. Okay, that is a difference between the population. Now let us go to the factors affecting the distribution of population. Which are the factors affecting of the distribution of the population? Which factors are affecting the people or the distribution of the people? Okay, first one is said there are many physically, social, cultural, economical factors are responsible for the distribution of the population of the across of the world. Which are they? Physical, social, cultural and economical factors are responsible for the distribution of the population across the world. First we have to know relief. There are many physical factors including relief, climate conditions, natural vegetation, soil and water availability. These are the physical factors. We need the physical factors and also what the physical and social, physical, cultural, economical factors are there. First we have to study physical needs or physical factors there, which are there relief, climate and climate conditions, natural vegetation and soil, water, mineral resources and all these are the factors are there. So, mineral deposits and also then the factors are including mineral deposit industries, transportation, urbanization and region. Other factors also including which are the mineral sources, industries and means of transport. These are the factors distribution of the people. First one let us study relief. First we go to the let us study relief. What is the relief? The plains have higher population density as compared to the mountain regions. The steep mountain slopes restrict and availability of the agricultural land, industries, transportation and settlement. The northern plains are the most densely populated areas in India. Where there is a relief, you will get a relief. No? The plains have higher population density as compared to the mountain regions. Compared to the mountain regions. The steep mountain slopes strictly available for the agricultural land. Where the slope land is there is a availability of the agricultural land and industries and transportation and settlement. The northern plains are the most densely populated areas in India. Then next climate. Climate factors such as the temperature and rainfall also influence the concentration of the population. Extreme climate discourages the concentration while moderate climate favors human settlement. Extreme climate discourages concentration while moderate climate favors the human settlement. Most of the population of Canada lives in a narrow belt which has relatively warm climate. Now let us go to the urban vegetation. Dense forest, district transportation, agriculture and housing. Besides, dense forests grow in hot and humid areas. Such conditions discourage the population in habitation. These are the vegetation. The dense forests restrict transportation, agriculture and housing. Besides, dense forests grow in hot and humid areas. Such as conditions discourage the population habitation. Okay, these are the factors. Then soil. Fertile soil is good for the cultivation and the development and the ancient cities, civilization. The rivers valley are the fertile soil and the fertile soil. Soil is also for the good cultivation. The development of the ancient civilization in the river valleys due to the fertile soil. At present, the introduction of new farming techniques have changed the impact of the soil. Some areas the less extent. Then water. Rivers are the important source of the fresh water. They supply water for the domestic purpose, agriculture, industries and transport. So, water is a very important fact and also soil is a very important fact and vegetation is important fact and climate also important fact and relief. Then other factors we have to go to some other factors also. Mineral resources. Population is high in areas rich in mineral deposit, where the people are most high people, there is a high mineral deposit. This result is higher population density. It is the higher population density. The gold mines, Australia attract the people of this otherwise barren desert land. Also, where there is a people are were going the minerals deposit also. The people are going, too much people are there, and other industries. The industries provide the employment and opportunity to the people. Where there is industries and people give the opportunity for they are providing employment, or they are opportunity to the people to give the employment. Thus people migrate to such areas. So people are going to that places are going. And efficient network and transportation also, where there is a transportation network also, people are going. Most of the cities are located either plains or along the coast. They provide adequate transportation and facilities. Where there is a transportation facilities network, there people are living. There is no network or transportation areas, so people will not live. Now urbanization. Urban centers have diverse economic activities. Moreover, the urban areas also provide better living conditions than the villages. You know, village and urban areas, the difference. Urban areas is better than village. Thus, people migrate cities to search the work. People from village, they are coming to the cities. Cities, they are going to the cities. These are the main important factors that affect the distribution of the people. Where people by they are going here and there, no. The factors are. The first one is they want to live, then climate, then vegetation, then soil, water, and other mineral resources, and industries, and means of transportation and urbanization. These main points are they needed for the affecting people, for the distribution of the distribution of the people. Now let us go to the population change. The points we can study. Population change. Population change means change in the number of the people living. Population, number of the people change living in the territory during the specific time. Population change can be expressed either in absolute number or in percentage. Population change depends upon the birth rate, death rate, and migration. Population rate depends upon the death rate and birth rate and migration. So it is depends upon the population change. There is a people are changing, they will not get the correct number. So population means to change in the number of the people living territory during the specific time. There are more people are sometimes here, then sometimes they are going there. So it is changing. Population change can be expressed either in absolute number or in a percentage number. Population change depends upon the birth rate, death rate, and migration. Some the table are here, and some there are according to the year. They estimated the population million, and the numbers are here. You can find from the textbook. The number of birth and death per 1,000 persons in a year known as birth rate and death rate respectively. So the number of birth or death per 1,000 persons in a year. 1,000 persons in a year is known as birth rate and death rate respectively. The difference between the birth and death rate in a year gives us annual growth rate of population. The birth and death between the birth and death rates in a year gives us annual growth of the rate population. If the number of birth exceed the number of death within a year, the population will increase. However, if the number of death exceed the birth, within a year, then population will decrease. No? Then the birth rate is increasing, then population is increasing. When the death rate is increasing, then population is decreasing. Okay, that is they can take like that the rates. Now let us go to the population composition. Population composition. There are age composition, sex ratio you have to study. What is the population composition? Population composition refers to the structure of the population. Structure of the population. Age, sex, literacy and occupation are the sum of the components of the population. Population composition. It is the population composition. We are studying population composition. Which are they? The population composition refers to the structure of the population. Then age, sex, literacy and occupation are the sum of the components of the population composition. Which are the age, sex, literacy and these are and occupation. These 4 points must think. These are the components of the population composition. These components vary greatly from country to country and from time to time. From country to country and time to time. First we have to study the age composition. Age composition refers to the number of people in each group. Number of people in each group. Generally, the population of a country is broadly divided into children. According to children, one group, 1 to 14 years. Then adults, 15 to 59 other groups, and aged one, 62 and above. They are dividing into 3 groups: children, adults, and aged people. Like that, they are dividing the people. Then afterwards the sex pyramid, male and female, dividing the people, dividing how much people female are living and how many are female, dividing age sex pyramid, as also known as the population pyramid. This is known as the population pyramid. Helps us to understand the population composition of any country. If you see age sex pyramid, we can see the pyramid, how much people are living in that country. That understand the population composition of the country. It tells us about the distribution of the females and males in different age groups. How many males are in children, how many girls are there in age group, how many boys and girls are there, and middle group, and they can understand how many in the each group, how many male or how many female are there. That we can divide it. The population pyramid, that is why we can write the population pyramid. You can see the population pyramid. Some different countries they have given. You can see that pyramid according to the rates, age rate. The middle they are writing the age. Then side we can according to the color their percentage are doing. The population pyramid is broad at the base and tempering towards the top. Population pyramid is broad at the base and tapering towards the top. Tapering means become the thinner. And the death rate as well as the birth rate high shown as the population pyramid in Kenya. We can see the Kenya. There is one picture of the Kenya. We can see that from the test death rate and death rate they can and birth rate they can see. This type of population pyramid represents the population underdeveloped countries. The pyramid shows that although birth rates are the high, still many children are dying in their infancy and very few people reaching the old age. When they death rate, how many people how many child are dying there, that we can see. This age of the 1 to 4, how many people die. This means in 1 to 14 age there are children there. If the death rate is more, we can see the more children are dying. Then we have to find out more the middle group, middle age 14 to 15. There are death rate is increasing. It means that there are more young people are dying. So we have to find out this ratio. This type of population pyramid represents the population developed countries in countries, and like Japan, they are taking the one group of the Japan pyramids are there, and population pyramid in India. There also Indian pyramid also. It is taken the 2013. There is one population pyramids are there. So the pyramid shows the decrease in the death rates allows more people reach the old age. Some rates are old people are increasing, which is old age. Some places are old people are decreasing. Death rate is more. The population pyramid in India shows that due to decrease of birth and death rates, population pyramid of India shows that due to decrease in birth and death rates, the base pyramid has become the less broad, and in the case of the developed country, there's a pyramid they have to see in the. Then we have to. There are two groups of people who are treated as depends upon the below 14 age of those who are 16 years above. People in the age group 15-59 years are working population and considered economically active. The population, the young people, 15 to 59, the working people, they are considered economically active. Migration of the people also affect the age composition. Then okay, the sex ratio. Sex ratio, male or female. Sex ratio is the number of the females and per 1000 males. Sex ratio is the number of females per 1000 males. Generally, it should be balanced. It has been noticed. And that the male birth exceeds female birth is almost also society due to the biological reasons. But the important is where it should be balanced. It has been noticed that male birth exceeds female birth to almost society due to the biological reasons. In underdeveloped countries, the sex ratio is often unfavorable to the females. This is due to the high female mortality. High female mortality. In many parts of the world, males migrate the search of work, and this also disturb the sex ratio. Some places are the males are going to other places. The female one place, female more. If you go to Gulf countries, more people are the males are going to Gulf countries or Europe, America. They are going. Then from India, maybe more people are going to abroad. Then here, female rights increasing. So like that, the sex ratio is coming. So we have studied today's study that the sex ratio, age composition, and sex ratio according to the male and female rights. The age composition according to the age, we can take the divided into three groups: child, young people, and old age people. So according to age, we are taking the divided into people, and also in age we are dividing the male and female groups. And here we first study human resources, then we have to distribute the factors of the population, and we have studied the population precisely divided into thickly, moderately, and sparsely. Then factors affecting the distribution of the population, example relief, climate, vegetation, soil, water, and other factors are there, and population change and population composition. These are the main points we have to study today. So we have to study nicely, and now let us conclude here. Thank you very much.